Well, happy Monday. It's October 21st. Want to bring you the latest data here in the Austin metro area. We're going to start looking at September data. We have new data out from the Austin Board of Realtors showing you kind of how the market is trending now that we've started the fall. September is going to be our first full month of that data. I'll also share with you the latest mortgage interest rates, which way they're trending, why they're trending that way. And of course, we'll wrap it up with kind of a look at current inventory and how we're shaping up as we wrap up October. So let's talk about the market in September. This is metro wide. So this is looking at 5 counties of data. Our median sales price right now in September was $425. That's down about 6.6% from this time last year. So the market continues to go in a negative direction, at least as we wrap up 2024. Closed sales are down almost 3%. Sales dollar volume is down because pricing is coming down and sales are down. So that's a multiplier. That's going to bring the dollar volume down. Months of inventory is up. We've talked about that. So we're up, I'll show you here in a second, probably about 12 or 13% more listings now on the market than we had this time last year. So months of inventory, we're sitting about 6 months. New listings were pretty equal with this time last year. Active listings, again, are up. There we are, 11.6% over September last year. And pending sales, the good news is we did have some higher pendings, but it's off very anemic numbers. But we were up in September about 20% on pending sales. But again, it doesn't feel like it because we have more active listings. So even though there's a few more sales, there's even more active listings on the market, which means it's going to take longer to sell. We're now approaching 80 days on the market to get an average property sold, and then average close to list price. What this means is, let's say you started listing your house at $600,000. You had to do a price reduction or two. You get a contract, you close, whatever that number is your close price to list price. So it's taking about 7% off, let's say, original list price on average to get a property sold. All right, this is Bastrop County to the east. Median sales price not quite as down, but down about 3%, 355. Closed sales are down about 7.7%. Months of inventory even higher. So it's taking even longer in Bastrop, 87 days down here on the bottom left to get properties sold there. We're sitting about 7 months of inventory. Listings are up 15%. Active listings are up 22%. Now, pending sales are up for September. Rates have started to come down off the peak of this year, but still, you don't feel it. Why? Because there's more listings. So even if you're selling more, there's still more listings. Average closed sale about 94%. This is Caldwell. This is usually our least expensive county. So the median sales price is $281, very affordable, especially for the metro area. Closed sales are up a little bit, but obviously not a lot of sales. Months of inventory is down to about 4 months. New listings down a little bit. Active listings down a little bit. Pending sales up a little bit. So they're doing a little better. Why? Look at the median sales price. It's only $281,000. So it's the most affordable area in our metro. Mostly Lockhart is what we're looking at when we look at Caldwell County. Days on the market, though, way up. It's still taking a long time to sell, and average close to list price about 94%. This is city of Austin. So now that we are not just in Travis County, we're in the city limits. Median sales price is hanging in there. It's actually up about 1% from last year, 580. Closed sales are down almost 12%. Months of inventory approaching 7 months. New listings down a little bit, but active listings up 16%. Pending sales also had a nice spot. So again, we're coming out of the summer. It was pretty anemic. Rates were starting to come down. We did get a little bit of pop of buyers, but I don't think anybody's feeling it because we have so much inventory. Days on market higher, and closed the list price about 92%. Hays County. So this is going to be Buda, Kyle, San Marcos, Dripping Springs. So median sales price down about 7.7, almost 8%, 369. Closed sales up. Months of inventory about 5 months. So they're selling a little better than the city. New listings are down. Active listings up. Not quite as bad, but up about 6%. Pending sales had a nice pop. up 28% over this time last year. But there we go, 84 days on market and 92.6 closed to list price. Travis County, so again, Austin plus. So all the suburbs to the west and the east. Median sales price is about 500,000, down about 3% off last year. Closed sales were down, pending. Here's that pop again, but active listings up about 13% off last year. 80 days on market, 92.3%. And then finally, Williamson County. Williamson County has Round Rock and Georgetown, Leander, Cedar Park, Jarrell, Hutto. So median sales price, 415, down again. We're seeing the market, as you've seen, anywhere from 3 to 6% on average, down from where we were last year. Closed sales pretty neck and neck, 5 months of inventory, a little lower days on market, 72 days, but they're up on active listings, but there's that pending pop. So we did get a little September pop. That's nice to see. We needed it, but it's going to take more. It's going to take lots of months of that before we can chew up any of this supply. And average close to list price about 93%. So let's talk about mortgage rates. So they're up again off this time last week. We're sitting about 6.68%. If I come down to the chart right here, a lot of people are like, I thought rates were going to come down. I thought rates were going to come down. Well, they have come down. Over a longer time period, they are coming down. This is April when it just killed the market. We went up to 7.5%. From April to now, we're about 6.68%. Not what people want, but that's about 75 basis points. And when we got to the Fed meeting, we were down, 1.4% on the interest rate, down from the peak of this year. So they had come down nicely, but they've gone back up. If we look at mortgage applications, which is right here, we're only up on mortgage applications about 2.3% from this time last year, but refinancing is up 175% because nobody was refinancing to 7 and 8% interest rates the last couple of years. Now that it's come down to 6, what you're seeing is all those people that bought with 7 and 8% interest rates are able to bring their mortgage down into the 6% range. That's what we're seeing here with refinancing, but it's not enough to spur buyers to get into the market. Why is that? So this is John Burns Research. I love following them. They do a lot of residential and commercial real estate research. So here's their key takeaways. With their headline, the Fed is cutting interest rates, but mortgage rates aren't falling. So early October's strong labor market data painted a rosier economic picture than the bond market expected, increasing uncertainty about future rate cuts and pushing up rates for long-term debt like mortgages. I've always said it's not the Fed that drives mortgage rates, it's the bond market. Now, here's kind of the tipping point. We've talked about this. Nearly half of consumers, they said 47%, will take on a new mortgage for a home if they can get the rate down to 5.5%, compared to only 13% of buyers that are having to buy between 6.5 and 7%, which is today's rates. In other words, buyers just aren't that eager. Until they can see something with a 5 on it, they're not that eager. And what are builders doing right now to get buyers through the front door? They are buying rates down at least to that 5.5 or lower level to try to entice buyers to come buy new construction right now. Finally, we're going to wrap up with active versus sold listings. This is as of this morning in the Austin Board of Realtors. This is single family homes. It's covering that 5-county area we talked about. We can see inventory is coming down. It does every fall. We're slowly coming down, but blue is sales. It's also coming down. So again, sales aren't going this way and inventory coming down. They're both tracking together. So it's keeping supply on the market. We're keeping inventory on the market. It's very difficult to get listings under contract because there's simply not enough buyers to keep pace with the listings. And that's going to take some time. I think rates obviously is a piece of that puzzle. Maybe the election is a piece of that puzzle. But I also think as we see more Fed announcements, watch the bond market. That's going to dictate where interest rates go. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. If you are selling right now, price is going to be a big driver. There's just really little traffic out there shopping for homes. And so the few buyers that are out there are looking for what is the best thing they can get for their money. And so look at condition, look at price. If you're a buyer right now, I've been saying it. I think this is a window for you. No, you're not going to get the best interest rate. But what you are going to get is less competition and the ability to talk with sellers and be able to put offers in and have negotiations, which may not last forever. In fact, it might be gone by next spring. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. But I think now might be a really nice window to be a buyer. If this was helpful, make sure to check our YouTube channel at Ryan Kelly Group. You can click that subscribe button, follow us each and every week. And of course, if you know somebody looking to buy, sell, or invest in Austin, we'd love the opportunity to chat with you. Until then, hey, enjoy the amazing fall weather, and we'll talk to you next Monday. Thanks.